Hello, DSP Projecting here. First off, I'd love to welcome and thank all the new subscribers that were introduced to my channel by the video ads by Argentina, and an equal sized thanks for Argentina, who was kind enough to provide such a robust ad campaign. Second of all, shout out to my friend who's a marketing director at a national food brand, big ups to National Food Brand by the way, who gave me a crash course in Google Ads. So as a mall wob, mature adult with a business degree, I could run some experiments on how different ads and campaigns could provide real, meaningful impact on not only my channel and my life, but my family's life as well. Right? Before I get into this whole advertising lesson that will show how Phil just completely lacks any business acumen, let's see what kind of experiments other mall wobs are performing.
Right? Okay. All of a sudden, they start throwing him money. And he makes hundreds and hundreds of dollars on this stream. Just because he's making fun of Darkside Phil, okay? Like, look at me, I'm successful now, right? Because I did it. And so the next day, I went on and on my show, this very show, and I had one final segment about cock. And I said, folks, I wanted to do an experiment. The experiment was successful. The trolls took the bait. I've now proven, 100% without a shadow of a doubt, as long as you talk shit about Darkside Phil, there is a group of mentally stunted morons who will come to your content, watch it, and send you money. It doesn't even matter if what you're saying is pertinent, true, or even relevant. It could be completely outdated. Like,
Yeah. Replace you with cog and detractors with dents, then tell me the difference. But now, this experiment, how dumb is this man? Besides the lack of an articulated hypothesis, any sort of control, what is the point? What were you trying to accomplish, but more importantly, why? How does this help you? It only seems to be upsetting him. This seems like such an unproductive use of your time. Instead of seething at the detractors, maybe you should take your own advice. This advice right here.
Go for it. Learn from your betters and see what happens.
Learn from your betters. You could learn so much from your detractors, but you self-sabotage just to stick it to them. These professional style interviews you've been doing, with your resurgence and all, what kind of ad campaigns did you run for those? What type of media promos did you make? Did you record the results of different campaigns, especially against non-advertising related metrics? Of course not. I'm asking these questions in parody because everyone knows all the answers are no. I'm not Phil. The first thing I wanted to do was some guerrilla research, see what type of ads are already playing on his channel and who's buying them. The results are hilarious. Scopely doing the smart thing right here by advertising a game that isn't WWE champions to an obvious mobile game addict and their audience. Just like DSP double dips the dents on channel subscriptions, Scopely's gonna try to double dip the mobile games with him. And an ad for bad credit. They have this content creator and his audience figured out. Oh my god, while editing, I noticed there was a rent-to-own ad for computers for people with bad credit, and that explains where Phil's got his last computer from and where he's getting the next one from. Also, I forgot to mention it in my divorce video, but he's also probably ruining her credit as well. All that being said, this is definitely where I want to advertise. Speaking of which, let's check out my ads and how simple they really are. All I did here was zoom in on a waving Argentinian flag, and then I set keyframes at the beginning and end of the clip to create that smooth strolling effect. Of course, this is where I lost Phil, because he's only been a content creator for 16 years. There's no way he would know how to do this. Then all I needed to do was add some logos and text, and I was all set. I made this ad in both horizontal and portrait, that way I could get shown on both long form videos as well as shorts. I actually used the same two ads for all three of my campaigns. It was the way Google puts those ads out that I changed up in my experiment. And if you weren't sure if this was a bit yet, you know it's definitely not now. For less than the cost of one poll, I was able to run 3 different campaigns, each featuring 2 different ads. Unfortunately, I didn't keep the control groups too tight, and they each kind of ran for different times with different budgets as I kind of played around with this for the first time. But I still think I was able to get some pretty valuable data. A simple analysis would show that these demand gen ads are pretty expensive. These video campaign types, which were both set up a little bit different, had a much higher click-through rate, but at the end of the day, for $70, 55,000 people saw my ad, 1,300 of them watched it, and then over 200 of them clicked on the little blue button. Once they got to my page, I'd say about half of them actually subscribed, and I do want to genuinely thank everyone here. This is going to be a great time clowning on our boy. And it's a shame that Phil doesn't do this stuff because it's really cool. You can link it to your YouTube and actually import stats such as subscribing and views and track those within Google Ads. I wasn't able to get that working. I wanted to get this video out, but the potential seems unlimited. If I was a serious content curator like Phil, this is the stuff I would definitely be in all of the time, though. Imagine if he spent just a fraction of that poll money on advertising, especially during this resurgence, so everyone would know. It's almost like he's not a mature adult with a business degree. And I'm sure if Phil sees this, he's going to come at me with some dented, "Oh, I'm buying subscribers. This is against TOS." Think again. Let's take a look at Google's own advice. They actually tell you how to use Google Ads to optimize for YouTube subscriptions. And that's why Phil is always stuck on level 1 and always will be. He's over here begging YouTube for ad money like he begs the dents. And I'm over here paying YouTube. I'm basically Phil's boss now. And as a bit of a content curator myself, I really don't know how I feel with my ads being placed on such a dumb man's video. And you know my ads were placed on his videos because I used all the good keywords. So if you search any of those things, you might see one of my ads. It's also my understanding from my friend Google can be a little bit liberal with what they accept and don't really penalize you if your ad is rejected. You just edit and resubmit it till it goes through. In case any of you were interested in running maybe a little bit of a spicier campaign. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this content and want to support it, please like. A lot of y'all already subscribed because of that ad. Comment and interact. If you haven't subscribed, please do so if you want to catch the next video for those that are new. I do a little bit of commentary and parody all about DSP. I hope you return for another video. Deuces!